Hello, folks. Welcome to Mouse Cheers.
Yes, hello. Cheers.
Ooh, that's smooth.
Oh, that's smooth. How you doing today, John?
I'm pretty good. We're on the same page today, I think. I think we're on the same wavelength.
Okay. You want to hear probably why we're on the same wavelength?
Why? It just feels good today.
Feels good today. I'm a little bit more mellowed out today.
Okay.
Someone I work with.
Okay.
Cheers to that person.
Cheers to that person.
Cheers to that person. Yep. Although you gave me a bad recommendation, so uncheers to that person.
Rewind.
They told me you got to go to this place. I won't say the name, but I'm a big chicken wing fan. They were like, you gotta go to this place. Gotta try the chicken wings.
Chicken wings.
And I've been putting it off because I don't venture out that way often.
Okay.
But you know what? Today,
Yeah.
I did it. And I was like, all right.
Good for you.
All right, let's see how these chicken wings are. They were suggested to me and whatnot.
Yeah.
I walk in the place.
Okay.
It looks like one building from the outside. I've never been there before.
Okay.
It looks like one building from the outside.
Mm-hmm.
You walk in, and then there are two doors. You can either go right or left. Left is the restaurant.
Okay.
Right is a convenience store.
You gotta love that.
And I was like, immediately, I was like, oh. Got my chicken wings. They weren't good.
What?
No, I didn't enjoy them. And on the whole ride here,
yeah.
I was popping Tums.
Really?
You gotta up your Tum game.
You gotta up the Tum intake.
The suggested amount. Automatic times 2.
Really?
When it comes to these chicken wings. Automatic.
Bone in?
Bone in.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well,
uncheers to that, friend.
Friend, sure.
Yeah. Friend, very loosely said. What was your best chicken wings on? Do you ever have chicken wings on Disney property?
That's a handsome question. Have I ever had chicken wings on Disney property? I have. Yeah. Ohana chicken wings. Very good.
Oh, yeah.
Very good chicken wings.
They are good chicken wings.
Yeah.
I quite like that.
Other than that, I'm going to go no. I think that's it.
I'd have to think about it, but perhaps I also have not.
So, just to give you a little insight on how my day was and how I'm feeling in the current moment.
Okay.
Not great.
But we're on a wavelength, I think. I hope. We'll see.
I like to think so.
So, as of this we're recording right before the 4th of July. There are fireworks going on.
Yeah.
We should be good.
Yeah, no,
the
yeah,
compressor
we'll
and stuff. We might hear some fireworks.
If you hear some fireworks, just say cheers to our independence. Am I right?
Cheers to our independence.
To the independy.
To the independy. I like it.
John,
that's smooth.
That's smooth. John, what are we talking about today?
I kind of wanted to talk about shows in Animal Kingdom. I want to talk about all the shows in Animal Kingdom.
All right.
And your thoughts on them, your experiences with them. And I suppose we can start, what's your favorite show in Animal Kingdom? And what's your least favorite show, and why?
What a great way to start, because I have strong opinions on both.
Okay.
My favorite show is not only my favorite show, but it's my favorite thing in Animal Kingdom.
Really?
If I go to Animal Kingdom and I do not see this show, what was the point in going? Almost.
It's not, yeah.
Finding Nemo the musical.
Yeah.
Now, what a show.
It's a heck of a show.
I'm a show guy.
Yeah.
You know I like a good show.
I know.
And you know what? Not only is it a good performance, but the music is impressive. It impresses me.
It's impressive. Do you know who wrote the music?
Who?
The Lopez's who wrote the music for Frozen.
I like Robert. I don't know his wife's name. But you know what? Cheers to you guys.
Cheers to them.
Cheers
Yeah.
to you guys.
The Lopez's.
I don't think there's works that they've done that I don't like.
No,
I mean, I have my opinions
your
about like
favorites
Avenue Q and the story's a little weak.
Okay, sure. Yeah, but the songs are their songs. They write catchy songs and they're pretty spot on. They're not really hit or miss. They're usually hit right on.
Yeah.
So nice. And they didn't miss with the Finding Nemo the musical. It's awesome. You know that it hasn't reopened yet and that they're rewriting it or that they rewrote it. It's gonna open soon.
Oh, I know that and not happy about it. It's almost like hearing that news. If I just heard that news now, for the first time, it'd be like re-eating the chicken wings.
Ooh.
That's rough.
I'm sorry.
That's rough.
Yeah, that is rough.
I'm very unhappy about it.
Well, here's the thing. No, I'm not happy about it. I love Finding Nemo the musical, but do you give it a chance? And I heard that there's some of the songs coming back. Like your Go With The Flow with Crush, which is like the best song in the show.
That better come back.
That's back.
I'll riot.
I believe that's back.
I will riot.
And like Big Blue World. So the new Finding Nemo show is called Finding Nemo the Big Blue and Beyond. So I'm assuming the Big Blue World will be in that show. I think they're just expanding it. I don't know if they're covering some of the Finding Dory, plot points too. But I heard like some songs aren't in it, like Just Keep Swimming, which I love that song.
Yeah, that's a mistake and a half.
I don't know.
Okay. I'm very upset about this news. This goes back to, and I think we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
This goes back to how, and if we didn't talk about this before on the podcast, I definitely said it to you at some point. So,
okay.
This goes back to the idea that Disney is never finished. I understand what that means. I don't think they understand what that means. I don't think it means... Okay. No. I'm serious. Hear my words.
You said it.
Hear my words. I don't think it means that every couple of years you start, changing attractions, classic attractions that have plenty of long waits and all that. People go to these parks for these attractions, and now we're going to change it just because.
Well, it's just because is an interesting take. I'm a firm believer. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm a firm believer.
Okay.
I am. However, I understand the mindset of like, we have Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo came out in 2005 or whenever it came out. Finding Dory comes out years later. We are going to now, the pandemic has hit. We're closing all of our live shows. We're going to take this opportunity to incorporate some new, because Finding Dory is a movie now. So if you're just focusing on Finding Nemo, there's more story to tell. I'm reserving judgment till I see it. Overall, not very happy that they have rewritten it. Gotta reserve judgment, though.
No, I refuse.
Okay.
So here's the thing, and here's a little bit more, into this here. Have you gone to Finding Nemo the musical?
Yeah.
And have seen empty seats? I haven't.
No, I mean,
you haven't.
I mean, what do you mean by empty seats? Like,
okay, so here's the thing. There might be some empty seats.
Like empty rows?
Empty rows, but also, okay, to be fair, the seats aren't that comfortable. If you want to change something, change the seats.
I go to Animal Kingdom. It's usually a bathing suit day because of Cali River Rapids, and then I sit in... I always go to Cali River Rapids first, and then I go to Finding Nemo the musical, sit on those bleachers, and then I'm all itchy.
So
after,
so if you're unfamiliar, they're made of wood, which is never how you wanna sit. And it's one of those things where, because they don't want you to stay a long time. I think this is done on purpose. They don't want you to hang around.
They want you to see it and go.
You see it and go. Because you'd rather stand than sit on these things.
It's equivalent of bleachers at a baseball game.
It's worse than bleachers at a baseball game.
Yeah, it might be.
Because here's the thing. When sitting on bleachers, you know exactly what you're sitting on. You're sitting on bleachers, you're not there for comfort. When you're in Finding Nemo the musical, you're sitting on bleacher type things, yes, but there's a slight back. Not enough to lean back on,
right,
but just enough to bother your tailbone.
It's true. They should have taken the opportunity. Maybe they did. I doubt it.
So, wouldn't it be a shame if they'd changed like some of my favorite things about Finding Nemo the musical, but the seats are the same.
Oh,
the seats are the same.
You know what though? Maybe they're like, oh, can we change the seats, or do we make this new musical shorter? And they did. The Finding Nemo the musical is like a 40-minute show. Finding Nemo, Big Blue and Beyond is like a 25-minute show. They made it shorter, so maybe they're like, oh, you know what's less expensive than changing out all the seats? Making the show shorter.
Which is ridiculous. I don't need a shorter show. Okay? First of all, 40 minutes isn't that long. Especially if you're a rope drop to close.
To close? Yeah.
Here's the thing. It's a nice escape from the heat, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a great... Nobody complained about 40 minutes. Did anybody complain about 40 minutes?
If you complained about 40 minutes, sound off in the comments. Get ready to be roasted.
Roasted. Don't complain in the... Yeah.
And so, ultimately, my problems begin and end there. Update the seats. The show is fine.
You don't think it lags? You don't like the whole show, front to back, perfect? I'm just curious.
Yeah.
I think it opens really strong with the mother. That beginning scene where the mother gets killed and Nemo is the remaining egg, and he names.
Oh yeah. If you look around, not a dry eye in the house.
Not a dry eye in the house.
Not a dry eye in the house.
And the Big Blue World is great. Dropping off at the
song.
Listen to it in the car. At the drop off. Listen to it in the car. And then you got the adventure, Nemo gets kidnapped. He meets Dory. Marlin meets Dory while looking for Nemo, and they go into some adventures. Just keep swimming. We keep kind of going back and forth between Nemo and Marlin. Dory gets stung by jellyfish. Is Dory okay? Oh no, she is okay. Now the Crush song, Go With The Flow. Awesome song. That used to be my alarm to wake up every day.
Oh, you never choose a song you like as an alarm to wake up.
I know. It kind of ruined it for a while, but I took it off.
Can you guess what I wake up to in the morning? Can you guess? They say your morning alarm says a lot about you.
Is it? No, it can't be one of... I have no clue. I have no guesses. Is it Santa Claus is coming to town? I don't know. That's not random.
That is not random. We knew someone that used to do that.
What an awful time in our lives.
Awful time in our lives.
Oh my.
Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I wake up to harps.
Okay. Is it one of your
Yeah.
That's basic.
John, it's pre-recorded for a reason, because it's popular to wake up to. And why would you want something else?
It's better than that alien, and you wake up with a start. That's how you wake up. You wake up thinking you're gonna...
Some people really need that. You need that.
I don't need... I don't need that.
You need that. He needs that. Listen to me.
Nothing bad.
Please.
You go.
Please.
You go.
Thank you.
No.
I've shared hotel rooms with this guy. I've shared rooms with this guy. We've lived together before. He sleeps through alarms to the point where some alarms snooze automatically if it's been going for so long, and then it starts up again because snooze. Alarms that don't snooze automatically and just keep going, waking everyone else up. And I'm like, John, wake up.
Ah.
That's you.
So I used to have that I used to have that. That's awful stuff. I wanted to wake up nicely. I wanted to wake up with some dude. Focus, dude.
Yeah, no. It's gonna ruin the song for you, though.
It did. I know it did for a little while.
What do you wake up to right now?
My son. I have a baby. I have an 11-month-old.
Forgot.
I wake up to him.
Good answer. Good answer.
Yeah. Sebastian. Cheers to Sebastian.
You know what? Cheers to Sebastian.
Well, cheers.
Cheers to you and Ariel for making Sebastian. Am I right?
Thank you. Smooth.
That is smooth.
It is.
So I've said all I need to say about Finding Nemo the musical.
Okay, I mean, I think that there may be a little bit of lag, and I get why they figured like in the middle, where the message is being like received. Basically, from Crush's song to like that end part, could lag for some people. Not for me, but I get it. Oh, and the best part about seeing it is like I don't hate watch. I don't like to hate watch, but it's pretty funny when it's like a morning show and the singer hasn't warmed up just enough. It's like at the end, it's like the Marlin is like at the end, Nemo's like, "That's my dad," and Marlin's like, "That's my son," and it's like voice like wavers.
That's the best.
That's a good time.
It not only so sometimes I seek that out.
Yeah. I don't like to hate watch, but sometimes it's like a fun time.
I like to hate watch. It's what I do.
Okay.
I seek that out. One of the best things to seek it out with, Voyage of the Little Mermaid. Because sometimes you get an Ariel. I don't know if it's her first performance or her last performance or her very last performance.
Or the Prince Eric, who's like, who not the actor's fault, but is voicing over his entire script. But it's so funny.
Yeah,
love Voyage.
I've sat through many Voyages.
Yeah.
Many.
Did you see that YouTube video of Voyage when the CD sound or whatever the digital sound went out?
No.
And the Ariel's just like flapping and like looking around, like combing her hair.
The amount of money
is so awkward.
You see the amount of money I would spend to see that?
Oh, seriously.
People would say it's irresponsible.
You can't buy moments like that. I wish I was there.
Yeah.
So Finding Nemo is being changed, and we feel, I think we're on the same wavelength, we are, that we like it the way it was. But let's see if we're on the same wavelengths about this show that did change, but I think for the better, and that's Flights of Wonder. That's what it's called, right? Flights of Wonder? Dude.
No, please.
The way it used to be, and I'm huge on like, you have your Disney characters. Use your Disney characters. It's like Muppets 3D. It's like, okay, you have the Muppets. Make a show with the Muppets. And then like, oh, I'm Waldo. Who's Waldo? We don't know Waldo.
There are plenty of Muppets.
You have Muppets. Use Muppets. And I just don't. I felt that way about Flights of Wonder. It's like, you have like jungly Disney. You have birds. You have Disney birds. And it was just like somebody with like a flag. I forget. What was it about? I forget. It was so forgettable.
It was someone, I think we were like a class or like on a field trip or whatever.
Like a tour or
yeah,
something.
And like he was, the tour guide was like trying to get us to go. He was like, come on, guys. Or
yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. And there was like somebody who looked like Kelsey Grammer. Like our friend.
Yeah.
That was funny.
For all you fans of Cheers or Frasier out there.
Yeah, for those fans.
Yeah. Kelsey Grammer.
They same wavelength. Same wavelength today.
It's a good podcast today.
It's good. I feel about this. The whole thing's going to be just us saying, hey, this feels good.
Makes sense.
Well, it changed. Flights of Wonder has changed. I don't know if it was always called Flights of Wonder. It's escaping me if it was called something else, or if it is now. It now incorporates Russell and Kevin from Up. Does it incorporate Kevin? Kevin comes out.
Yeah.
So it incorporates their characters from Up. And that's what I want. You can still have your side characters, but utilize your Disney characters. The show's awesome with all the birds that, they fly and it looks like they're going to hit your head, but the birds are like, they do that purposely. If you duck, they'll go lower and but they know what they're doing. They're not going to hit you. It's kind of thrilling. Or you hold $1 up and the bird will come get it. Like, my $1. But it's an awesome show for that reason already. Just use your Disney characters and have the birds, and that's what it is now.
So I've never been asked to participate in any of these shows before, not for a lack of trying hard.
Yeah.
Get ready, everybody, buckle up.
Okay.
And I'm talking this bird show. I'm talking Indiana Jones. I'm talking these participation shows.
Yeah.
I try. Laugh floor.
Yeah.
I try to make myself look gross so they can shine a spotlight on me and make fun of me. Nope.
Well, I think if you make yourself look gross, they probably won't point you out because they're like, oh, that guy's having a bad day. Or that guy, that guy, he's like that probably for a reason. I don't think they'd outwardly make fun of you.
So let me tell this story really quick regarding the Flights of Wonder. I was ready with that $1. So what's the gimmick? Like they say, does anyone have $1? And then everyone goes fishing for their wallet or whatever.
Yeah.
Then you go up and the bird takes the $1 or whatever.
Brings it back. Yeah, and then it brings it back to you.
Yeah. So
or something.
so that's around the.
Or they pull somebody up. I've honestly, it's been a hot minute since I saw it, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the general idea.
Yeah.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. So while everyone was fishing for their wallet, my hand had been in the air for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Not exaggerating. Ready. Knew it was coming. Was not called.
Interesting.
This woman, uncheers to her, looked at me, said, oh, this guy is too eager.
Oh, yeah.
There's
a line. I have been in almost every single show, and including Laugh Floor. I have been in it. Story for another time. But I have been. Are you jealous?
Very, very much so. I try really hard.
Nice. I don't know if I've ever been in Flights of Wonder, though.
They've used my joke in Laugh Floor. Does that count?
Yeah, I mean,
I
would categorize it in two different
no.
ways. Laugh Floor, they'll put you up on a screen.
I want my face on the big screen.
Face on the big screen. They've used my joke
That's
as
the
well.
And but also they've I know we're not talking about Magic Kingdom.
It's okay.
I've given them gold, and they don't use that joke. They do the safe.
We look up these. Yeah, Google.
They do they do the safe jokes. What is it? Something about a horse. And it's like, hey, I don't know the joke.
Oh yeah, like a frog is yeah. I don't
know the joke.
Fill in the gaps.
But I'll use the time in the waiting area to think of an original joke.
Yeah.
And I throw my head back on my jokes. Hilarious. Not used.
It's like the world's not ready.
The world's not ready for it. But you know what? One podcast at a time, we'll get them ready.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. I think that Flights of Wonder changed for the better. Do you agree?
Oh, yeah, I agree. So I agree on pretty much everything you said. You have your Disney characters. Use your Disney characters.
Right.
There are Disney characters that are often forgot about. And then some that are often reused and reused.
Right.
Let's branch out a bit,
I like
guys.
those obscure. When you're in Disney World, you should be immersed in Disney. When I see something obscure, I'm loving it. I'll see a picture in a restaurant or something and be like, oh, that's what whatever, the Black Cauldron, or that's what's the Treasure Planet, like something that's just never used, and you see it and you're like, oh, that's refreshing.
Oh yeah.
Rather than your Disney princesses will be everywhere. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But then, Peter Pan and Tinkerbell, flying at the end of every night and stuff.
Yep.
You get a lot of the same, and then obviously a lot of the Renaissance with Beauty and the Beast and
speaking of Renaissance,
yeah,
Hercules is my favorite Disney movie. It is one of the most.
He's wearing the shirt.
I'm wearing the shirt.
Nice.
It's one of the most forgotten about movies.
Yeah.
Well, you have to if you find Hercules merch, it's few and far between.
True. Yeah, and whenever I see some Hercules merch, I always snap a picture of it, send it to Andrew,
and I very much appreciate that.
Of course. And
in fact, fun story.
Yeah.
For the viewers, you know it because you're in it.
AA.
John went to Disney World with his wife. This was pre-kid, and they saw a painting of baby Hercules and baby Pegasus in the Art of Disney. And I said, wow, what a painting. If it's still there, big if, when I go next, I'm buying it. So fast forward, I would say a year or two.
Yeah, it was a long time.
Yeah. Finally go back, and I'm there a significant amount of time. I think I'm there 9 days, 10 days, something like that. Every day, I walked to Disney Springs. I went into Art of Disney looking for it because they changed the paintings on the wall.
Yeah.
Nothing. I even asked. They were like, I don't know, and all this. I think it was the third to last day I was going to be there. Found it.
That's crazy.
Bought it immediately.
That's nuts.
Hanging on my wall right now.
That's so awesome.
Awesome.
And that's like 2 years later. That's like rare.
Yeah.
Because you see sometimes they'll feature artists, and then those artists are just can't even get them online. It's pretty wild.
And that's just it. For those of you saying like, well, why didn't you just buy it online? I looked. You can't buy this online.
These things are fleeting. They're like all Disney merch. It's really like that for everything, like a mug or a hat or mouse ears or something like that. I just got a Nike hat, Mickey, that I wanted, and we had to get it on, not on Disney site. We had to get it on eBay or something. So yeah, crazy stuff. Yeah.
So what was the last thing we said?
Well, we're talking about Flights of Wonder. What's your least favorite show in anime? Is it Flights of Wonder, or is it? Because like
technically speaking, because it's not Flights of Wonder anymore, but I would watch it almost every time.
Yeah.
Well, if I go to Animal Kingdom twice, I won't watch it twice, but watch it once a trip. You know what I've never watched other than a glance at as a walk by?
What's that?
The show on the tree.
Oh, Tree of Life Awakens. I think that's what it's called. Awakening.
Now,
I've watched. It's a projection show on the tree.
And love projection shows.
Yeah.
Love the castle projection shows and all this. And amazing technology. I'm blown away by it looking at it. But I don't know.
I'd say it's probably the weakest of all the projection shows, kind of by nature, because it's on a tree, but also, it's not a real tree, but it's a tree, and you got the whole Chinese theater in Hollywood studios. There's a projection show at Christmas time on the Tower of Terror, and then obviously the castle projection show. And now, Harmonious at Epcot is basically just this big water projection show as it is.
And can I quickly cheers to I don't know if you would call this a show or fireworks, or I don't know, the Star Wars fireworks in Hollywood studios.
Some crazy stuff.
So not a Star Wars fan.
Mm-hmm.
Not a Star Wars fan. that show blew me away.
Some good
Blew me away.
flames incorporated in there too.
Oh, yeah.
It's
You feel that
It's
heat.
powerful.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
pretty crazy. It's intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, cheers to that.
Well, cheers to that.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, I've never been so locked in as to watch the whole show on the tree.
It's not that long. And I know that it's different now. Back when Animal Kingdom first started to be open when it started to get dark, there was a 5-minute projection show. I forget what that was called, but it might have been called the same thing, but it was something that repeated. It was like a 5-minute thing. There's like animals and stuff. Little pointless, but it was nice. You know, it was a cool thing.
Yeah.
And again, I suppose, like I said, by nature, it's kind of like the most underwhelming, and I suppose I would call it a little pointless.
Right. But, you know, if it's your thing, it's your thing. We're just talking
Hey,
like...
I mean, I'm happy it's there. It's
absolutely.
cool. Yeah.
And I'm blown away by the technology and all this. Like,
Yeah.
amazing. It's just, you know, if I had to choose a least favorite.
Fair enough. If I had to choose a least favorite, we're going Kite Tails.
Oh.
Come on.
Well,
Did you see Kite Tails?
Not in its entirety, no.
Well, I think now it's just a thing that just happens once in a while.
And that's just it, yeah.
But no, it used to be you're sitting down, like these outdoor bleachers, you're sitting down waiting for it to start. They're selling merch. I think they're selling like little mini kites. And it's just like kind of a mess of a show. I wonder what they were thinking. It's like these big, really impressive kites. But then, you know, when they get rid of them, it's awkward. They like fall sometimes in the water or off to the side. But when it falls off to the side, it looks like a mistake.
Right, yeah.
It's awkward. It's awkward. As they do like a Lion King and a Jungle Book of it. Kite Tails. I'm not impressed, and I feel like somebody's like, "Oh, we already threw so much money into this. We just got to run this. we got to keep it going."
Well, we have the kites.
Yeah. Well, we have the kites.
But you know what? No, that's not even. Well, I know we're just joking, but the amount of stuff Disney probably has, like the whole electrical parade stuff. Where's that? These are big things.
I'm hoping that comes back. I'm hoping it comes back.
Yeah.
The Main Street Electrical Parade, 100%. I love it. And I think everybody loves it.
It was pretty awesome.
Let's talk about nighttime spectaculars, though, because when Animal Kingdom, again, was open more hours, you had Rivers of Light. You see that?
No.
Underwhelming to me. It only lasted like a year.
Oh,
and you're sitting there, you're watching it, you're like, oh, I hope this is as awesome as like Illuminations, Reflections of Earth, which I enjoy that show, or enjoyed that show. Or is it going to be as awesome? Maybe it'll be cool like Fantasmic. No, it was. And they have the right idea. You got boats coming by with characters, and you got the water projections. It's like it all made sense on paper. It was just underwhelming. It just didn't last. They could do better. They could figure something out. They got to figure something out.
Yeah, there's no two ways behind it. You got to figure something out.
There's no two ways behind.
So let me say this. Well, no, let me ask this. Sometimes, it doesn't matter.
What's it?
What are your thoughts on Tribute to the Lion King?
The Festival of the Lion King.
Yep. Tribute to the festival.
Here's...
Pretty sure
I like it. No, it's the Festival of the Lion King. Good, sir. Well, hold on. The fact that I'm taking a while, he's going to look it up. It's going to be Festival of the Lion King.
No, I'm not looking
Tribute to the... Yeah,
you don't know what I'm doing.
Okay. The fact that I'm taking a while does not mean I dislike it. I love it. I love the songs portrayed, the acrobatics done. I love the sword play, the fire play, the swinging. It's awesome. It's awesome. What I don't like, and it's with any show ever, is when they tell the audience, like, hey, this side say ooh, this side say ah. And now both of you, well, they do that in Indiana Jones too, and it bothers me.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Kind of, it lowers the show from like a 10 to like a 7. It bothers me quite a bit. It's like, oh, okay, this side is the zebras. Well, actually, I don't think anybody. This side's the lions, and you got your elephants, and you got your giraffes. What sound does a giraffe make? Well, it kind of sounds like a sheep, so everybody go, bah. I don't like it.
So, just real quick regarding this whole tribute and festival thing.
Okay.
You were right.
I know. I wasn't even...
Tribute of the Lion King is a thing, just not a Disney World thing.
What is it?
I don't know. I didn't click on the video.
It's probably just a video titled Tribute to the Lion King.
Yeah, it's probably
They probably just have clip show.
It's probably like a elementary school, like
oh yeah,
like lined up with their animal masks that they made.
Well, cheers to that.
You know what? Cheers to that.
I guess.
Wait, good for me for shining the spotlight on the elementary.
True. What is your thought on what I just said about
for the
audience participation?
Not only am I completely against most audience participation, except when I'm ready with the dollar.
Avidly,
when I am ready with that dollar, choose me. Like it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Other than that, I am avidly against audience participation, and I'll even take it a step further. I don't like it when actors or performers or whatever you want to call them are in the audience performing. Get on stage.
Yeah, right.
What are you doing next to me?
And by the way,
smell.
Yeah. I perform sometimes. Well, like, not so much recently, but I'm a performer, and as an actor or as a performer, I don't like being in the audience. I don't even like. Maybe it's because it bothers me internally anyway, but I don't like doing this call and response stuff for the audience and lead it. And I know they have to fill the time, and I know it works. It works with people. It keeps them engaged. I just don't like it. It's just something I don't like. I accept that it exists. I don't like it as an audience or a performer.
I'll even skip Festival of the Lion King.
So will I. And it's literally just, sometimes I just don't feel like going, bah, because I'm always the giraffe. I'm always the giraffe.
He is always the giraffe. And that's another thing. Let me be able to say, no giraffe today.
Yeah. You don't even have a say unless you do, I guess, lightning lane now or fast pass what it was, of where you're going. You just go in and you're like, okay, they're like pointing you to your seat and you're like, oh, I'm in the giraffe section. You're just in it.
Go. Yep, you're
so
right.
I don't know.
You know what I love?
What's that?
You know what I love?
What?
Tough to be a bug.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up.
You want to know why I love it?
Why?
Few reasons. First and foremost, I love watching it with people who don't love it.
Oh, like are scared?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, intense.
It's intense.
Intense.
And
surprisingly intense.
When you're in the room and like the bees are stinging you or whatever, and you hear everyone go, ah! Hilarious. Awesome. Hilarious.
Is that your favorite 3D show? Because there's one there used to be one in every park. No?
No.
Is it PhilharMagic?
It is
It's PhilharMagic. Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
But it's my second.
Me too.
Because Muppets is a drag and Captain EO was a drag too.
Before Captain EO, it was Honey, I Shrunk the Audience.
Was
Kinda
it
cool? It was cool. I liked it better than Muppets.
And
Muppet Vision 3D is what it's called.
I've never been a Muppet fan either. I think I've said that before.
Yeah, I think you said it on this podcast before.
Cheers to Pepe, but I mean, other than that, I've never been a huge Muppet fan.
Cheers to Pepe.
Cheers to Pepe. He's a shrimp.
I like the Muppets. I like the Muppets.
You like the Muppets?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I like the. Okay. You like most things Muppets? Like most of the movies, or like what do you mean when you say you like the Muppets?
I enjoy what they are. So I enjoy. Fozzie is supposed to be unfunny. I think your humor you need to go along for the ride. You know, you need to know what these characters are, and go along with them.
That is something I do struggle with, and it takes me a while. And sometimes, I'll get there.
Yeah.
I've had examples recently where I've come around to someone's humor, and at first I didn't think they were funny, and then I was like, oh wait, I get it now. I get it.
Yeah.
But it took me a hot minute.
Yeah.
I'm very stubborn.
And there's not the biggest audience in the world for Muppets. Like, I think that's why they made like a Muppet Land. There's a Muppet Vision 3D, and now you got Pizza Rizzo, and so, like, it's a Muppet area. They're not going to make a Muppet Land. It's not that popular.
Right. Yeah.
But I enjoy it for what it is. And like I said, in the Muppet Vision 3D, use the Muppets.
Yeah.
And they do, and it starts off pretty good, and then Waldo comes in, and I'm just like,
yeah.
It's just like he becomes a nuisance, and then they're all like, it's all about Waldo. I'm all set.
Yeah, pass.
I'm all set.
I'll pass.
Tough to be a bug, and I don't know if we talked about this in the Q line episode, but like the Q line is awesome. You're walking through the tree, under the tree,
and all the and the same thing with like PhilharMagic.
Yeah.
I think I brought this up when you're walking through. You see all the posters,
yes,
and
same
thing in the tree. Yeah, all of the bug puns and whatnot.
Yeah. You grab your bug eyes or your bug glasses, and you're waiting, and you go in, and it's like, it's more interactive than the other ones, because you got the seat, like, when at the very end, when they're like, okay, we'd like you to stay seated, please remain seated while all the bugs and whatever leave the room, and like bumps come up on your seat, and you hear everybody scream. Yeah,
that's what it sounds like.
But in the people are like yelling and screaming.
Hilarious.
But you got like the bee sting, like you mentioned the bee sting. The when the spiders come down, it's like dark, and you hear people screaming. Like, that's terrifying for a kid.
It's terrifying for a kid. It's
for
terrifying
us.
for adults. And you know what? I sit back and I enjoy.
Yeah, fair enough. And what's the bad guy's name in A Bug's Life?
Hopper?
Okay, yeah, when Hopper comes out. I mean that animatronic's pretty crazy, like, because like the smoke comes out and you see him. He's big and intimidating. It's scary.
Oh yeah,
yeah, scary stuff.
Is there a show that's shown in like Rafiki's Planet Watch inside the building there? There's like a nature, like a quick nature thing or something like that.
There is.
I'll pass on that. Every time,
if I even take the time to go on that horrible train ride.
The train ride is brutal.
If we're talking about something that has its days numbered, it's Rafiki's Planet Watch. I think I said that.
And you know what I did there?
What's that?
This past time I went.
Yeah, what?
I partook in one of the drawing.
You did?
I did. What did I draw?
Did you mean to?
Oh, yeah.
You did it on purpose?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, me and Ariel were there, and we're like, oh, we like saw, what was it called?
I don't remember.
We're like, oh, there's this thing, like, this sounds cool, and it's on Rafiki's Planet Watch? All right, took the train. We go there, and then we're like, oh, it's a drawing thing. And then we just, like, went back. It's like a petting zoo.
Yeah. I hate drawing. It was the person I was with that wanted to do it.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. I think we drew like Pumbaa or something like that.
Awesome. Still have that drawing?
No, I don't. I don't. Ask me if I learned anything, too.
Did you learn anything?
No.
You didn't learn anything about drawing?
No.
I'm just not a drawer. I'm not an artist. So whenever they're like an artist will be like, the circle and the line, and then like, I'm like, not reading it.
Yeah, and you know what just sucks?
What?
When you're doing exactly what they're doing, and yours looks terrible, and theirs looks like a work of art.
Yeah, it's like I can do this, and like I'm doing that.
Yeah, and just ever so slightly, just make a small line here, and that brings it all together. I make a small line. It looks like a mistake.
It does. It does it. And then, like, even like in its sculpture, I'd be like, you know how I sculpt? I just get rid of anything that doesn't look like the thing I'm trying to make. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, none of that looks like.
Stop saying those things to me.
I think they're lines, and I think in their mind, because they're artists and they're good at what they do, it's true. I don't think they're lying. Maybe they're lying.
They're lying.
But I think they think they're telling the truth, but it doesn't register to people like me, people like you. Same wavelength.
Great podcast
Right?
today. You guys are so lucky.
Fantastic. High and tight.
High and tight.
Am I right?
You know what? Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. Yeah. So
He's already out.
What's left? What's left? I'm struggling here now.
For the shows at Animal Kingdom,
Yeah.
I think that's about it. I think we hit the Finding Nemo, flights, Festival of the Lion King, some of the past ones, Rivers of Light, Kite Tales, and Tough to Be a Bug. But yeah, I believe that's about it.
Well,
So.
there we go.
You see, when I did the cheers earlier, I said said high and tight, was gonna cheers you, and end the ep. But it was there. It was there. Yeah, like it was a great podcast. It was
Great podcast.
I think it still is.
Was it my fault? Was it my fault?
Yeah, like you
was my fault?
had the empty glass. You looked at it. I'm like, oh, he's gonna say it's empty. I'm gonna say I'm not. You didn't, and then you're like, well, what else can we talk about?
Oh, well, we'll roll back the tapes because I don't believe
we have been on a good wavelength, and I feel we still are, but we have exhausted our talk. Andrew, let's cheers.
All right. I'm out.
I'm not. Great podcast.
Great podcast.
Great podcast.